Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Nah, I was tripping. I was just doing one. Oh, you can see now?
Yeah, I can see.
Alright. I'm in here finna beat up on my own kinfolk. What the fuck you doing up so late? Oh, it's 11:16. It ain't 12 yet. I see your brother at the car wash today. He said somebody be gonna get his kids some donuts. Huh? Nah, that's the thing. I was like, where you finna go? You finna go to Shipley's? He was like, nah, they want Dunkin' Donuts.
See the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind
I'm going to Thomas.
in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
I'm telling you that, this nigga right here. Oh, fucked up. Alright.
Anthony Hitchens, and they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line.
Well, this is a deep.
Hey, we like 10-0.
For their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that move's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes.
Nope.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that hasn't started any 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And going deep for the and that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you can nick downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And the punt team on now is
they got a backyard mode. He bounced off in his head.
That's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Second and 16.
Oh, we way back here.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. And that's complete to Sanders. It's a pickup at 12, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Good catch there by Emmanuel Sanders, and he's exactly who you want in your locker room and who you want on your team. He can integrate into an offense quickly. He joined the San Francisco 49ers in midseason last year and had a huge impact in their run to a Super Bowl. He's a veteran receiver that everyone respects, and yes, he can still play.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive can get wins, it's 4th down.
Get it!
Go for it. It's
Wow!
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Pick up a 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Oh, he got me good.
Fighting his way home to the sack. At the 21-yard line.
2019 was the first season for Frank Clark in Kansas City after spending the previous 4 in Seattle. And that was a big move by Kansas City to bring him over. He did have 8 sacks in the regular season, but it was his 5 in postseason. And helping his team get to the Super Bowl, that's why they went and acquired him. And by the way, earned his first Pro Bowl nomination with his play.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Wow!
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Good pick, what?
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Smell a pit.
shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Oh, give me that. I smell feet. Holy nigga, I smell feet. God damn it.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. We don't see this often. Two first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Pass complete here to Sanders. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
He certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Now Breeze. They'll set up the screen down to Camaro. He'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Hey, hold on that quarterback ahead, man.
For Drew Brees. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point.
Yeah, I thought I had that sack too, bro. Still trying to screw you on this house, Vic.
14-7 ball game. Hardly any time taken
Yeah,
off
your
the
ass too,
clock.
boy.
2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
Can you hear me, motherfucker? Can you hear me?
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Oh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. Return here for Hardman.
Back in the gap, cuz couldn't eat himself.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive? He's taken down here by the Saints. That sack to Marcus Davenport. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Give me that.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here.
On that nigga, man. What the hell wrong with you?
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. What a real head scratcher there. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
That was good. That was good. Yeah. Powered up. HP.
Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Breeze. That's caught.
In there.
Sanders for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
What that is? A rock? This nigga here. It's a rock. Boy, Diddy,
Hey, man, you this rock, man.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw forward. Not enough to get to the goal line.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead. Oh, there's a fake. And he's going to
Bring
get
your
to
dad
the
to the building.
The risk reward. It's just not there.
So risky to get
You see what's
15
going on?
yards on a
You see
fake.
what's going on? You see what's going on?
Right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do
You see
different
what's
things in
going
this
on?
game, but
This nigga right, boy. Good shot, good shot.
that's darn right.
Man, why ain't no time to kick out the clock?
Onside kick there that
Must've
failed.
been
Is
2
that
seconds
something
right
that
there.
maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
I woke up again, like, that was a good move. I was like, damn, you sit here and watch the whole thing? You watched the whole motherfucker. I was asleep.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Takes this 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there. Really nice game.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
You see that orange shit?
Breeze gonna throw.
Why he not one of Chris's
Jared Cook is the tight end was the target, but it's going to be second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze.
Oh, he got me.
This is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Hitchens, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
I ain't finna be doing all that shit. Yeah, I ain't finna be doing all that shit. Yeah. I'm at the house, I'm gonna be praying, I'm gonna be, nigga, I ain't moving.
Living like shit. Life
Nigga,
goes
like
on.
ain't nothing going on.
Life goes
Nah,
on.
nigga, you in a war, nigga. Nigga, I'm finna lose. You fucked up. No, sir.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Right? All kind of shit, man. I ain't finna be doing this.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
Give me that.
Is incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones who need to touch the ball.
It's complete
I'm
to
right
Kelsey.
there.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
This will be caught at about And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
9-yard gain.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and goal from the 1. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins. But now it's third and goal.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
I swear, if you would have pressed X again, because that was wild. He was just handing her off. Yeah, yo, I'm going to tell you that, boy.
God damn, yeah, this is so loud.
Yeah, you can hand it off.
They really like to make a short field payoff. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards in the middle. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I got one run back so far.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Working with a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Open man is first catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Breeze now on first down. These guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
Hey, you know the shit ain't right. You know something funny about that shit. Yeah.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one in.
3 niggas like that. Nobody's ready to
take the hold out of that one, and it's third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings him 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw.
Motherfucking thing. Give me that. Oh, he's going to the wrong person.
Yeah, for real. Hey, you already started that shit.
To the wrong person. What the fuck?
Hey, and then you came back and caught that bitch. I'm throwing that bitch the other
You need a big play.
Oh, you throwing
Listen, that's football.
What the fuck?
When you have to have it, you expect
that
guy
nigga
to
just
step
came
up.
back.
A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the ball and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Wake up out here.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Get this one down to about the 17. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Calling a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Mahomes on the bootleg.
Fight! Give it!
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
One score.
Oh, he's going for it.
They're going to go for it here.
He's going for it, y'all.
Good game, coach.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, that nigga look real, boy. I like that. That's that Batman shit, though. You know what I'm saying? That's shit.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, this is right here, dude.
Throwing now is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens.
Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
Shit.
7 yards. It's 4th down and goal.
So they spike on 4th down, and they will lose the football. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets their tail, because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down, that percentage is way high.
Game over.
Finally they get a stop, they can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
Brandon,
You know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back,
It's a football.
Down, I let you turn. Teamwork.
Touchdown. Kamara, 78 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic
It's good.
He goes, and he's still
They
going.
put the nigga to the, like, wherever
They
you
had a
drop
couple of
it,
yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Let him know,
They're going to
man.
go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out on the field. The last standout went for it on 4th down. Turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
It's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football, but when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
So after the INT, it's...
What you did? No.
He gets it to Thomas. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. It's a screen pass. That's complete. For the end zone.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach.
Hey, you trying to hurt us? You trying to jump
that's
over
not
me?
necessarily true.
Yeah, I got
Their hopes are slammed, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Something like that?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
You like the menu?
Hey, bro, that shit great. Thanks for trying to bro.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, nigga.
Man, get the fuck out of here,
His tight end, Seals Jones. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
There you go. You see how he still do it? But it was wobbling.
Pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Yeah, that is incomplete.
A big body receiver plays to their advantage downfield, go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. A little bit of 1st down, but he couldn't stay in. As a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. End zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It was 5 of them. So the Black Panther nigga, I don't see him. You know what I'm saying?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run it again with Kamara.
Oh, heard that.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run with Murray. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice trying to get there for time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll come out in the pistol. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. It's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason.
He always fight early, and then he
I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they can pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long.
Type in. give you that category of war. That's why I hate when doing it, all this shit popping up. War people.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
I mean, you ain't buy a bottle, bro.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees in his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
When you think of accuracy, you might as well think of Drew Brees because he owns 5 of the 6 best completion percentages in a single season in NFL history, and it feels like he's done them all in 5 of the last 6 seasons. Like Tom Brady, he thinks he can go until he's at least 45, loves playing the game, takes great care of his body, and despite missing 5 games with a thumb injury last year, showed his toughness and came back and threw 27 touchdown passes against just 4 interceptions. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
First and 10.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Back gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Shotgun now for Brees. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Clark. He got that with one hand. They're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
5 more yards.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up
a nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The 7-yard line.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On the play.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. Start throwing the football. 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
So rock down. So rock down.
What's up? Up.
Rock, man. You just gonna take another piss. That ain't can't hold his bladder.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Message from the king. Look, this nigga in another movie. Oh, nah, this gotta be new. Oh, yeah, this gotta be new. I'm gonna watch this whole tonight, too. Message from the king. Too.
What's that?
Look, that nigga in this hoe too. On Netflix.
He made more movies than a little bit, man, before he died.
Watch this tonight too. It look like some action too.
Yeah, I seen the preview of this shit. What's the name of this shit?
A message from the king.
Oh yeah, that nigga fucked up that nigga's sister or some shit like that. Yup, I seen that shit. I wanted to see that shit. That nigga like did something to the nigga's sister. So I thought, damn.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs.
God damn,
Two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Nigga be tripping, man. You trying to fuck over you, boy?
How am I fuck off you? You forgot what was going on?
1st and goal.
Man, come on, man.
Nigga forgot what was going on.
Man, come on, man.
Now Breeze.
Oh, got it out.
Touchdown, Saints. That's Alvin Kamara with a grab from Drew Brees. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long
Yeah.
drives, especially
That
to keep
nigga
their
fool,
offense
man.
on the
That
field,
nigga
right? Keep the
fool.
ball away from them.
That nigga
They
fool.
finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively.
That nigga gotta go.
They've got to slow
Yeah,
that
he
down
is.
somehow, right? Maybe they
He
need to be a little
mastered
more
it,
aggressive. maybe a few
You
more
know that
pressures
race
towards the
shit, that shit be
quarterback.
funny no more.
Yeah, the white supposed to be out there. That's the fucked up part. He talking about the other right there, sitting there,
Hey,
laughing.
that shit be funny no motherfucker, boy. God damn.
He was
For the
too
point
serious on
after.
that one.
Oh, yeah, when they got killed.
He was serious.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Once got
That's the
killed.
Saints.
Yeah.
7-0 lead.
White people got these people come out there.
He came out there.
He let the whole head. Yeah, he let the whole
It
head.
wasn't no confusion.
Right. He let the whole head.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense set to go led as always by the gunslinger, former MVP of this league, Patrick Mahomes.
That shit fight back.
Touchdown passes fall half.
Yeah,
The
we
first
all
thing to
equal.
say is he really didn't have a
He was
very
like,
good
whoa.
season, did he? Well, it's true. Mahomes dropped from 50 touchdown passes the year before to just 26 last year. But remember, he had a knee injury and missed a few ball games, and he still remained in the conversation as the best quarterback in the NFL.
I kind of read that shit to go.
We all equal.
So for the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
We all equal.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
Oh, shit, that
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
When was Nixon playing? Way back.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. They will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
So far on this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Number 82, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably.
Oh,
It
no, you
doesn't
didn't.
pay
Oh, you
off,
didn't get the first
and it'll be
down.
a turnover
Oh, yeah.
on downs.
I just told you it was 4th down.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run. This is Kamara. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on it, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
That's incomplete, but there's a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Oh, that's on you. Look at the pass when you hit the quarterback.
Take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10 on the ground. Camara, and they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
I do know from experience when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the drives.
Every time. It did me like that like 3 times.
Only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Camara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Breeze now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-7 as they come up 1st and 10.
And then when he died, it wasn't even acknowledged how it's supposed to be.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So following the incompletion here, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, that is though, boy. You're lying right there, boy.
Now Mahomes looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense. They were batted away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes now the throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelsey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Normally for me, DPWA is going to send in a recovery team to bring him back home. Oh, that's a national cemetery.
Basically, this shit was like shedding light on
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter.
You said that on talking about what did you accomplish, cuz?
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. The All-Pro Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans.
Barry, you know what I'm saying? Like if the boy couldn't do that.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All the boys down with that. All the boys.
They'll set up the screen down to Camaro. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Breeze now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Camaro. Across midfield down to the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play you made there in the open field.
I ain't no thing like never. I'm finally trying to hard. That's a go-to.
32 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I don't think you saw that plane down there, but it's a plane down there. It's an American plane down there.
In this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know those guys throwing the football time never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it.
This is how this nigga gonna use. He the most body's one on the know what I see before I went to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, Sharon Ball.
Yeah. He 10 niggas ass over there. Yeah, he was on his way. He was on his way up there with Big Bill and shit.
Yeah, boy. That shit hurt, boy. When you niggas got it, boy. That shit hurt.
Yeah, so with that little boy thing, that's all he shooting. Yeah, look. I'm like a little bazooka or something. Yeah, now he pulled this out right there.
Nigga made like 3 movies with that shit, bro.
Yeah, with that shit, huh?
Yeah. Nigga made like 3 movies. I wouldn't have did it like that, but that nigga still though. Nigga probably didn't know. But still. I'm just saying
You
though.
gonna have blood in your stool and shit. Nigga, when you wipe your ass.
I ain't doing shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing no movies. Nigga, I ain't working. I ain't working. I got that kind of shit.
Shit. Back in the gap. They used to wipe my ass.
Yeah.
But now, I don't see that shit no more.
Yeah. I'm saying though,
Everybody ain't gonna tell everybody what's going on with they self.
if I'm sick,
I don't feel sick.
I ain't gonna be working.
Hmm.
I tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, nigga? I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Hey man.
Especially when I was taking that medication.
Yeah, nigga.
When I was taking that medication for my face and shit, man, I'm like, damn, nigga, blood on my ass.
Yeah.
Nigga, blood came on my neck.
Yeah.
And I started taking that shit.
Yeah.
That white man trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of nigga. Hey, but nigga, when I'm healthy, all I want to do is party and have fun.
Yeah.
But nigga, if I'm sick, I ain't doing a motherfucking thing but resting, nigga. I'm resting, I'm praying, I'm reading. Nigga, nah, I ain't doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
That nigga, Will Smith, had high blood pressure.
Yo.
Will Smith said he fasted for 7 to 10 days.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he had to be killed no more.
That's what I'm talking about. Nigga, when you, nigga, a nigga not just, motherfuckers be thinking that nigga just body and mind. Nah, nigga, you got a spirit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, if I get sick, nigga, I'm gonna be praying, I'm gonna be fasting. Nigga, I ain't gonna just be taking medicine for my body. Nigga, I'm gonna be working on my spirit, my body, and my mind. I ain't gonna be listening to no rap. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in the gym, I ain't gonna be listening to no rap. Nigga, I ain't gonna be doing none of that shit.
I'm there, kill that from that, and
Yeah.
stop being lame.
Yeah.
I ain't see it at first.
That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't see it at first.
Yeah.
But
But
this
nigga,
shit always had a nigga
Yeah.
angry or in a fucked up mood.
That's
Listen
what I'm
to
talking
Zero
about.
all the time.
Yeah, but that shit is in your spirit though.
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah,
is in your spirit.
I know
That's why
what you're
nigga,
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
if I'm good,
I know what you're talking
then
about.
I'm gonna party, I'm gonna listen to that shit because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, if I'm sick, nigga, I'm not finna listen to no rap. Nigga, I ain't gonna be worried about exercising, going to no movies, no drinking, no none of that shit, nigga. I'm gonna be doing everything to work on my body, my mind, and my spirit. Nigga, I ain't gonna be doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga making movies. I love that nigga. This nigga making movies. Nigga, you about to die. My nigga, you about to die in 2 years. You about to die in 4 years, nigga.
I'm gonna just say, I don't know if he had kids, maybe he was doing
He ain't
it.
had no kids.
Who the fuck he was doing this for? Where all his money gonna go?
That nigga money going to that woman, his wife.
Oh, his wife.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he was married.
He got married last year.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she did it out. She said for life.
She said.
She said for life.
She said. I'm not finna be doing all this shit. I ain't finna be listening to rap when I'm in the gym. Nigga, I ain't finna be doing all that shit, boy. Everybody don't know it, so that's why nigga can't talk down because nigga might not know. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, I be listening to them shit, and then that nigga was in an interview, and they asked the nigga after the Avengers movie, they asked that nigga, what about Black Panther 2? And that nigga say, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? That nigga say, he ain't no Black Panther 2, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying?
He said that?
He said that in the interview because, you don't watch it though, but you know what I'm saying? In that first Thanos movie, all the good guys died. Thanos won. Nigga, the bad guy. Yeah, he died.
Hold on, he was in it too.
Yeah, he died too. Thanos.
Hold on, man. This
Nigga.
Avengers shit, how many of them is it?
What? Avengers?
He was in Avengers, right?
Yeah. He was in.
How many Avengers?
Avengers movie or what? Or you know what I'm saying? Heroes, whatever.
As far as the movies that lead up to all these niggas going.
All the niggas die. It's like.
So this nigga Thanos killed everybody.
That nigga killed half the universe.
Man, I'm finna watch this shit.
Hey, that nigga snapped his fingers, and that nigga killed half the universe.
Babe!
Yeah.
Babe!
Everybody started disappearing, nigga. Nigga, that nigga did this. Nigga, and everybody started disappearing, nigga. That nigga had that glove,
He was
nigga.
on Mega.
That nigga had that gun. Nigga, Thor had, you know what I'm saying? Thor had, you know what I'm saying? Threw that hammer at that nigga and hit that nigga in the chest and killed that nigga. Nigga say, nigga, you should have went for the head. And that nigga.
Hey, man!
Yeah, nigga.
Babe!
Hey, boy.
Did you watch the Avengers? All of them?
My daughter.
Oh, man, I gotta watch it by
Yeah,
myself.
nigga, you fucked up, boy.
My old friend.
Y'all watched all of them?
From America.
Even the one with Black Panther?
Yeah, nigga.
I'm talking about the one with the Black Panther dude in that too.
Yeah, nigga.
Oh, man, where I been at?
Hey, that nigga Thor threw that hammer at that nigga, and that hammer went to that nigga, boom, hit that nigga in the chest, and that nigga say, that nigga got his bro, that nigga say, you should have went for the head. That nigga snapped his fingers, nigga, and the whole, half the universe died, nigga, everybody started disappearing, nigga. Black Panther 2, nigga, started disappearing, nigga, and then, nigga, that was one movie. That was one, and nigga, that's how that movie ended. That nigga Thanos won, nigga. That nigga killed everybody, nigga. That's how that movie ended.
And then what?
And then, nigga, the second movie.
It was one after that too?
Yeah, it was like a 2-part.
So they still trying to kill this nigga.
And they still trying to kill this nigga. Yeah, nigga, that nigga
a beast.
That nigga was a beast, boy. And then that nigga whooped all three of them niggas. Iron Man, Captain America, and Thanos.
Alright, man, don't tell me no.
Hey, boy.
Look,
you didn't watch that shit?
Oh, he at the house now.
You tripping.
She already came in the house while you was just talking. She was a bastard child. I was a whore.
Father was a boy.
Nigga, talking about him.
The YGI taught us that everyone was us out.
White girl.
We were too dirty to even clean the toilet. They call our beautiful vision the cockroach.
They call that child the cockroach. They say they call our beautiful child the cockroach. Man, I ate that salad. That hoe sent me to the toilet.
That salad?
Straight to the toilet. You ever ain't got problem shitting? Go eat salad.
They go eat salad.
Yeah, that's her. She actually is my dad alive.
Asian, but Asians be good, boy.
Sao con cứ muốn bắt kể tới kể lui hoài vậy? Má nợ con điều này.
Them hoes boring, but them hoes be obedient. Them hoes ain't got no personality.
That's what my partner Kendrick said.
Yeah, them hoes ain't got no personality. Them hoes used to be, yeah.
As far as white women, he like, man, I can't do the white woman. I love my black queen, man. I just can't. He married her. He just used the bitch and got him a nice ass dog.
Damn, see that kind of shit.
He got a bad ass dog.
He got a nice ass dog.
He got a nice ass dog.
Yeah.
He married her for real.
Yeah.
All that white woman. Big round ass, booty, not ugly.
Yeah.
Man, I don't need to end up in your position.
Could have been sick. She got a Benz truck. You got a dog.
Monsieur, maybe you did from
You like, hey, cause I don't be in the house. Picking up these little dirty ass hoes.
Girl.
He all on speakerphone with them houses.
in my line of
Yo,
work,
you talking
I
about
have to
talking
be
about
very
this?
careful. And that means knowing exactly who
He
I am.
like that shit.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
cuz. You like the spicy, you don't like the bland. Like, you like the spicy,
Hey, when you like it
cuz.
spicy, you
Yeah.
like spicy.
You don't like the bland.
Yeah.
Nigga dog. It's a photo dog. I don't know what year it is. It's a photo. He got the roof and the little slide window in the back. That nigga had a nice ass door. And nigga say, look, cuz, cause I was riding with him today. I was going to the store. I was riding with him, and he got a plug that you can plug in the wall in the truck.
No, man.
A plug you can plug in the wall in the truck.
In the truck.
Yeah, he was like, look. He was like, I can pick these back seats up and I can fit a air mattress right here. He was like, I'll be sleeping in my truck. Nigga told me that shit. That nigga say, this nigga be sleeping in the truck. He don't go back, he don't go home, that girl no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't ask him how he take baths and shit, but
That's what I'm saying.
my door always open for niggas like that too. I always come and take baths.
See that kind of shit right there, boy.
But you like them black women.
That shit ain't worth that juice ain't worth the squeeze, man.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that juice ain't worth it ain't worth the squeeze, man. I already been through it.
You had a spot to live in. It's right there by NASA Road. Where I go fishing at. It's right next to it. Nah, you wanna come to the hood every day? You like wanna be side looking at like
C-47 CIA plane that went down with the
real quick.
When your life could have been
Yeah.
shit.
They didn't want to be paid.
Motherfucking ride at the museum.
So Uncle Sam was paying the big gold bars. But
If
then,
you want to get on, I'm going this way.
we found
That's it. If you want to get on, I'm going this way.
Bitch, look, man.
That's it.
Man, I don't give a fuck what you
That's
say.
it.
D. You can still mold this, D.
Huh?
You can still mold
We was the
this.
very first people to die for this red
Because I
white
just
book.
heard you say 25 and
Yeah,
under.
that's right.
You can still mold it, bitch.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, but the bitch got too much power in this society though. This society.
Yeah, that's what having a
This
baby
society-
putting your ass on Charlie.
That's what I'm
that
talking
dirty
about.
ass
Nigga,
shit.
the bitch got a side nigga called.
They gonna choose us before you.
The bitch got a side nigga called the motherfucking government.
Them hoes.
And ain't no way I can beat it.
Them hoes wouldn't even give me food stamps when it was just me and my son and I was working.
That's what I'm talking about. Now if you think, if you was a female,
What?
you wouldn't have to apply for it. They'll be trying
Exactly.
they'll be calling
Yeah.
you. You want this? You want this? You want this? See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Every single black woman.
Yeah, that's why I like, nah.
He the one telling them niggas, man, let's keep this gold. Fuck taking this back to the white man.
Way back in 1619.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking box full of that shit. Gold nigga inside that helicopter. I mean that broke up airplane.
Yeah.
The helicopter gone, so I don't know what happened after this. I think I went to sleep.
we went back a few weeks
It was
later,
a bunch
but the
of
area
fighting,
was
man.
bombed and we lost all about that.
Niggas fighting for land. Nigga, it was a bunch of
Mudslide
fighting back
has
in the day.
exposed what might be
But I
a
really
C-47's
I really do think we was kings
Satellites
and shit like that.
pinpointed the
We
spot.
was because
More informed
you just
than your
look at
friend.
it like,
Sir,
like
are you
Pimp
in?
said, like Pimp C said, we into that type of shit, gold and diamonds, wearing shit like that because we was wearing that shit as kings and shit, you know what I'm saying, over there. And that's where it came from, out the ground, nigga, in Africa over there.
This is my
Shit coming out the ground.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Why is that the only place on earth where that shit coming out the ground, cuz?
Nigga, that's where
That's
it
what
started.
G-
Nigga, that's where
That's
life
where everything
started,
started.
nigga.
I swear
Hey,
that's
boy.
how I feel about
That's
it.
that's why life started.
For real.
If you go look in the Bible, nigga, and they start talking about Adam and Eve, nigga, it tell you the rivers.
Yeah.
It tell you the rivers.
Yeah.
Nigga, the rivers is in Africa, you know what I'm saying? The same rivers that's right there right now. It tell you where it's at, you know, Adam and Eve, nigga.
Same shit, cuz.
Yeah.
About that slavery shit. How we have hurricane season. How every time these hoes start forming from Africa and they come this way. From all these dead people, black people, you threw all these shit and shit.
Right.
This is Mother Nature. This is, you know what I'm saying?
They know that shit.
This
Nigga,
shit is dope.
nigga, scientists starting to find that shit.
These hoes forming from Africa coming over here. What sense does that make?
And scientists, nigga, they finding that shit, nigga, the oldest bones, nigga. The oldest bones,
Man, they know what it was.
The oldest bones,
Black.
nigga,
They know what it was.
They finding that shit,
They know
boy.
what it
They
was.
can't hide that shit no more.
What?
They can't hide it no more. The motherfucker find that shit.
Some of the white people saying this shit like, y'all, man, we know that Jesus is black.
They
just
already
saying
know
this shit. Over there.
Because if you just think about it, y'all motherfuckers can't survive where there ain't no fucking sun lotion and all that.
Hell no.
Y'all burn up, boy.
Yeah.
I can't
There you
survive
go.
in no kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
Without no lotion and you know what I'm saying, sunblock, nigga, y'all burn up. Y'all motherfuckers pale skin, y'all pale motherfuckers, boy, y'all burn up.
That melon.
Plain and simple.
Straight up, that melon.
Ain't no defining that shit, nigga. Y'all burn up.
These niggas been lying.
Yo, they been lying to
That's the
the
thing,
nigga.
that pisses me off when I grow up. And I like these niggas been lying. History class, these niggas just been lying to niggas.
And
niggas whole life.
That shit.
You gotta be at least half woke. These whole ass bitch ass niggas been lying to niggas whole life.
They been lying to niggas whole life, boy. Motherfuckers been believing that shit. Yeah. That shit plain and simple, nigga. You can look in the Bible, nigga. You can go to the Bible right now. It's gonna tell you what Adam and Eve was. It's gonna tell you where they was. And he's gonna say the rivers where they was, and nigga, you can go punch Google where these rivers at, right there in Africa. Straight up, it's gonna be that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that part.
Yeah.
I know they took a nigga from over there, but I think it was a nigga everywhere. In my mind.
Yeah.
Because they was saying some shit like it was niggas in China.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know how that go, but I know the motherland where we really come from.
Adam and Eve was in Africa.
Yeah,
Bottom line, you ain't gotta go no farther than this. Look, if Adam and Eve was in Africa, then nigga, everybody else is black. Nigga, if Adam and Eve was in Africa, and everybody come from two people, nigga, everybody. It don't matter where you spread it to, nigga.
Exactly what I'm saying about being in China.
Yo.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Everybody, I mean, scientists just proving that shit right now, though. Everybody know that shit now. But they was fooling motherfuckers 100 years ago.
Yeah,
because they ain't had that science.
Motherfuckers lame, dumb.
Lame, they ain't had that science. They just believe what a white boy tell you.
Whatever white boy tell you.
Yeah. Whatever a rich motherfucker tell you. If a motherfucker rich, and the motherfucker tell you this, you don't believe the shit. Nah.
That's what it was. See, you know what I'm saying? Now they can't do that shit.
They can't do that shit because it's too much information. The internet is too much information.
Too much.
Everybody can know shit.
Like Bill Gates.
I'm gonna be
Is
alright.
that Bill Gates?
Goodness, strange things to
Nigga
people.
trying to, you know what I'm saying? Make everybody take
Be safe.
this fake ass antidote for this corona shit. Nigga, we all caught on. Nigga, y'all trying to kill us all with these 5G towers that shooting out radiation and shit. All this shit. We caught on.
Hey, I was telling Red and when we burned up there, I would say, nigga, when they build them hoes,
they shooting out radiation.
Motherfuckers need to just go. People need to just tear them hoes down.
Somebody trying to destroy one.
That's what I'm. Hey, I told Red that
Boy
shit.
trying to destroy one.
I told Red that shit. I say,
Nigga, they say they found
nigga, when they build them hoes,
a bunch of birds dead around them hoes.
yo, I say, nigga, I swear to God, I told Red, nigga, this is like 2 or 3 years ago when that shit was first coming out. I say, nigga, when they build them hoes, I say, niggas need to just stop, get out their cars, stop and get out their cars and just tear them hoes down. Nigga, I'm talking about hundreds of people just tear them hoes down, nigga. Every time they build them hoes up, nigga, just tear them hoes down. That shit ain't right, boy. Yeah.
You put it, and nigga, I swear to God, nigga, everything I love. Wheatley and Williard is one. They put one right there. It's a big ass. I'm like, man. Right there in the 1 acre home. And that bitch just shooting out radiation.
But see, they like, you know what I'm saying? Cause nigga like me, right now, I'm a little older, so there's some shit that I'm not gonna deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, say they come up with some shit, I'm gonna be like, nigga, I remember a time when it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
so,
I know what you mean.
So, nigga, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, say my kids, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, they coming up and they like, this all we know. It ain't nothing wrong with that, daddy. I'm like, nigga, nigga, 20 years ago, nigga, that shit wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, I'm like, nah, boy, that shit ain't right. So they ain't really worried about old school niggas. They like, nigga, y'all go die off. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we talking to y'all kids. Nigga, we getting y'all kids ready, you know what I'm saying, to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, nah, nigga. I wouldn't deal with that shit. Nigga, I'd be ready to die. Like, it's some shit, nigga, I don't want to live here if that shit gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I don't even want to live if that shit gonna be like that.
Straight up.
Yeah, nigga, I'm 40. I'm 42, my nigga. Nigga, I'm 42. You think I'm gonna let them all put a chip in me? I'm 42 years old, nigga. I done already been through this here, that there.
You never know. If
be
you
like,
took
fuck
that
y'all.
coronavirus, it might have stuck that bitch up your damn nose. You never know.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
They showed stuck that bitch. What nigga head had to be hurt for 4 hours for a nigga just stuck this shit on my. I don't know,
right. Yeah.
I have no idea. They so slick with it, I don't know.
Nah. And they trying to do that shit by 2030.
Then they got this.
Yeah. They trying to.
Nigga might not even be.
That nigga, that ain't over 10 years, nigga. Hey, nigga, that's 10 years, nigga. 2030, nigga. Yeah, that's 10 years, nigga. Your ass gonna be here. Don't worry about it.
Knock on the door with this. They trying to do a head count. This census shit. They trying to do a head count. Like, what the fuck y'all want to know who in here for?
They want to know who in here, so
they want to know who in here. Nigga, then you got this whole ass bitch ass mayor. You know what I'm saying? Come from back this home. You supposed to be for the people you get on TV tomorrow. Yeah. The more people sign up for census, the more money the city get. Y'all need to go on ahead and man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all wanna know how many motherfuckers in this hoe. See how many y'all want, you know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to see the real population of this bitch.
They wanna know what they can know, what they gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all wanna know, man, y'all ain't try, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Y'all know with that bullshit, man.
That's the only
They
reason.
say they only got 51% so far. They don't even know how many. You not gonna know. Ain't nobody. Immigrants ain't gonna be telling y'all we in this motherfucker.
They want to get an estimate.
Y'all don't really know. Y'all numbers off. Y'all want to know.
They want to know. Yeah.
And then they trying to make it by law. Man, fuck you, hoe. What y'all want to do? I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't signed that shit. That shit still right there. Had a nigga knock on the door. I come to the door, nigga.
It ain't nothing they can do to you.
Nothing.
Man, I'll be like,
nothing.
Whatever.
When has that been the law? All my life, nigga. When has that been the law? When has the nigga came knock on the door with some census paper?
They gotta know who we here.
Like I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I ain't thinking it was a point. I don't know.
See, they ain't worried about you because you're too far gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you for real though, they ain't worried about you because you're too far gone. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I'm telling you how them hoes is. Them hoes ain't worried about nigga because nigga too far gone. Nigga like us in our generation, nigga.
Like, ain't no fixing them niggas.
Y'all gonna die off. You know what I'm saying, nigga? We gonna wait till y'all whole ass niggas die off. You know what I'm saying, nigga? And we gonna have y'all kids with young, and we gonna be like, nigga, when they growing up, they gonna be like, yeah, daddy, this is how they supposed to do it, daddy. Daddy, this is they supposed to know how many in here, daddy. There ain't nothing wrong with this. And I'm looking at y'all like, boy, they trying to do this and they trying to do that.
That's when we come in.
Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
My gal been got them.
Yeah.
No motherfucker Santa Claus. Your daddy work hard and pay for that shit. Ain't no white man climbing down shit over here.
Right.
We been kind of screwed. We know he thought the fuck out, but he know.
Yeah.
That nigga still, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga real.
He's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to train, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to, you know what I'm saying, teach you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be with that goofy shit, I be telling you, real nigga shit.
That nigga supposed to be with that goofy shit, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. But, and you know what I'm saying,
nigga still
nigga, you want that nigga to be a kid, you know what I'm saying? Nigga say, hey boy, when you grow up, nigga, fun and games over. So enjoy that shit. So we enjoy that shit while you young, nigga.
We drill that nigga ass by waking up, cleaning up. Because that's all that was taught to me. I wasn't always at anybody in the house. I was with my other people, and every morning we had to clean up and shit before you leave the house. So we clean up and make the bed, you sweep the floor, you know what I'm saying? So when he wake up, hey, go brush your teeth, brush your hair, put lotion on, I don't give a fuck if we going somewhere or not. Sweep the floor, straighten up, fold your covers and shit. Because that's gonna take you a long way. It's gonna take you a long way.
Hey, that's discipline right there, boy.
It's gonna take you a long way.
That's how nigga get up and go to work every day, boy.
Yeah.
Just simple shit like that. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, nigga get up and go to work every day. It's not even think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, nigga, that's discipline, boy. Yo. Hey, nigga, men supposed to have that shit.
My girls, shit. However they saw their mama raising them, that's just gonna be what it is.
Yo.
Straight up. Man, my daughter's so pretty, man. She don't make no.
What's up, boy? Hey, boy, hey, boy, my daughter don't even know me. Oh, man, fuck that shit.
Power!
Fuck that shit. I should've known that shit. I should've knew that shit. Got what it goddamn. Nigga, fuck that shit.
Yeah, alright.
Don't worry about that shit. I don't give a damn about that shit.
Yeah, but how old is your daughter?
Nigga, she finna be 10, nigga, and nobody.
10? You got enough time before 18?
Nah, nigga, you ain't gotta get before 18, nigga. You gotta get. Nigga.
No, I'm just saying, like, you have enough time to.
This right here, this is like, right now, this is pretty much, I'm already in the red zone. You know how I go
just like
orange,
me.
red.
Yeah, just like me.
A little girl?
No matter what I say, cuz, whatever she been drilled in her already, it's there. So she, nigga, how you gonna follow me on Instagram and I follow you and you say, happy 4th day to my mother, she did it all. That means you don't understand nothing in life. You don't understand what's going on. Whatever this bitch been drilled in you, that's what you going by. Bitch, do you know I pay? I ain't saying none of this. Do you know I pay child support? Do you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see that right there?
Man,
see, that's why I say, see that right there?
I'm not slow, cuz.
I already know that shit
mine
coming.
on me.
Yeah.
When they finally come to me, how they gonna come?
Yeah.
I pray to God too. I told them prepare me. I'm gonna have the right words for them that's gonna break the motherfucking down. I ain't never.
Well, they gonna come.
Come.
That's guaranteed. They gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Who don't wanna know who they dad is?
Yeah. They gonna come, but when they come, it's gonna be like you gonna be now already been through a bunch of shit that you ain't have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like if a nigga was there, where a nigga tell you, hey, sit your girl, you better stop fucking dancing. Sit your ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, mama, a female is stupid. She gonna let the girl dance, do all this booty shaking, all this bullshit, and nigga gonna be like, girl, sit your ass down somewhere. Don't be dancing like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Because nigga, they gonna be went through some shit they ain't have to go through. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm like, that shit ain't even gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? God damn, man, that shit ain't gotta be like that. Well, I can get your mind right quick. But, so right now, I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it.
That's how I was from.
I'm like, fuck it.
That's how I was from Point Blank period because I ain't gonna lie, fool. I really do feel like a woman supposed to raise a woman. Daddy is daddy, but shit, I ain't even fight the shit.
Women don't know how to. Women don't let. Hey man, I used to date this girl, man. Let me tell you how fucked up, you know what I'm saying, women is. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to like raising children. Women ain't with no discipline in raising children. I used to date this chick, and nigga, I used to go to her house, and her grandma was there. Her grandpa was at work. That's who raised her. Her grandma and her grandpa raised her. I used to go over there. Her grandpa was at work, and her grandma was there. And I go over there, and her grandma would let us go in the room. Oh, listen to what I'm saying. Go in the room with the door closed. And I swear to God, right here into the G right now. Nigga, her grandma said, Crystal, y'all come out of there right now because your grandpa is about to come home. I'm in there, dick hard, dick leaking, because I'm grinding on her, I'm rubbing on her, I'm doing all kind of shit. Dick leak hard, leaking like a motherfucker, because I'm hard, you know what I'm saying? Her grandma say, Tristan, now come out of there because your grandpa is about to come home. So we go in the living room and act like nothing going on, and the grandpa come in. Damn! I'm like, this how the game is? I'm like, this is dirty ass game.
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
This is when you was,
This when I was like, probably about 22. I was probably about 22.
You shoot back at the old heads.
Yeah.
You just shoot back
but I'm just thinking like, though, nigga, and nigga, I thought to myself, I say, nigga, if this what my bitch would let my daughter do, you know, this what my bitch would let I swear to God, I thought to myself, this is what my bitch would let my daughter do while I'm at work. She'll let a nigga come in there and fill her up and all kind of shit. Hey, boy, that shit, I ain't like that shit, man. I thought about that shit, though. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So that's how women is for raising children. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hey, so you know what I'm talking about. So you know I ain't lying. So that shit, I already know you can do something simple. But that's how women is. You know what I'm saying? Women ain't with that discipline shit. They with that business. Oh, she's just a girl. Let her grow up. Let her have a little fun. Bitch, is you crazy? Nah, bitch.
The more stricter you is, the more wild they gonna be when they finally break it.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You can look at it like that.
That's how I look at it.
Or it could be like, if you be strict with them, you know what I'm saying? And you let them know. Because me, I be strict with them, but I let them know how the game gonna go. Because that little nigga you talking to, he gonna tell you the same shit that I'm finna tell you. It's just gonna be in a different little language because he a little younger. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, he trying to get the pussy, so he gonna tell you the same. So he gonna tell you the same shit that I'm about to tell you. So it's just gonna be in a different language. You know what I'm saying? Cause he trying to get the pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna yeah, for real. Cause the nigga is younger. You know what I'm saying? Cause the nigga younger. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga trying to get the pussy. So if you listen to what I'm about to tell you, this nigga finna tell you that same shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause he trying to get the pussy.
They gotta have.
But a woman ain't gonna tell her that shit. A woman gonna be like, have you fun? This bullshit. No, bitch. Hell no. Fuck that. That's why I ain't really want a daughter. I swear to God, I ain't really want a daughter. I wanted to kill her. I wanted to kill her, man. I wanted
you can shoot your message out you want. It depends on the kid, the child, whoever. Because I wasn't slow. I'm not slow at all.
Yeah.
I listen to them.
Yeah.
I listen to everybody that ever said something to me growing up.
Right.
I took that with me as I go on.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't like that.
Yeah.
You know, ain't like they listen to you and then go do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But after that, I did my job. So you can't come crying to me when you're 30. You be like, my daddy didn't tell me. No, bitch. I told your motherfucking ass what the nigga gonna tell you. So you can't come saying, my daddy didn't tell me, my daddy wasn't here. And this and that there. Nah. I was there. I told you that shit. Or nah, your mama is the one who, you know what I'm saying, restricted me from telling me. You know what I'm saying? So
you still got, you said she 10?
She finna be 10 on the 16th of this month.
Yeah, you got 8 years.
Really, it's kind of like, nigga, I'm in the red zone.
I'm just saying this, nigga, what, you have 8
nigga,
years.
She already finna be, nigga, they got 11.
You got 8 years, man.
No.
You got 8 years to
do what? Hell nah, nigga.
To
12 years old having sex.
To get your, no, fuck that. You on child support?
I ain't no child support.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You say, okay, what you just said about the truck driving shit.
20-year-olds having sex right now. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that. What you said about the
shit, I'll be driving within the next 69 months.
Okay, what you said about what else you said about that? You just told me.
I'll be ready to go to war with her ass.
How you gonna go to war with her?
I'll be ready to put myself on child support and be like, yo, I need my visitation. don't care nothing about the money.
That's the part. That's the only part I'm saying about you have your rights. So you have to give me my daughter.
Yeah.
Or you have to take me off the shit.
Yeah. But even if I did, but even if we got it right, even if I got it right now, it's only gonna be like I'm only gonna have her for
on the weekends,
and that ain't shit. That's like
2-3 days.
That's
one
half of her first life. So that ain't really shit. That's why I wouldn't even have no baby right now.
Well, I've been in them kids' life in the beginning. You don't need shit. You know I'm their daddy.
Right.
They don't need shit for whatever this bitch feeding them.
Right.
They still feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm be outnumbered. You know what I'm saying?
I put that new Zero Happy Father's Day song on my Instagram.
How old are you? Your dog about 13, huh?
12 and 13. Before this year, they gonna be 13 and 14.
You don't ever call them and try to meet up with them?
For what?
Outside their mama?
They always don't. They go through their mama.
They go through their mama.
It's always the excuse.
Yeah, girl, that boy.
She kept talking all that shit. I say, so okay, well, how about y'all just come over here next weekend?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Because it all started from this fucking room.
Yeah.
Relocate old landmarks.
If you can get them,
ain't no getting it. You
can't even get them away from their mom.
That's some gangster shit. For sure. I just want to get involved in the protest.
Have a history in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Strange how warm and grants was involved. See like landmines 20 years ago. And they still have a secret.
Yeah, see me, my nigga, I'm like, fuck it, nah.
My family makes
I'm
like, fuck it.
Nigga, I've been on fuck it. I've been on fuck it.
Hey, man.
Oh, here you go. Happy Father's Day.
Wonderful
I say shit, I don't even get a Happy Father's Day cause pay child support faithfully. So this is the oldest one talking about you don't hit us for our birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, nothing. Cause you pay child support. I'm like, is this the mama or is this her or the mama? I don't know who's putting it on here. But it say my daughter's name on here. I'm like, this is it. And at that time I was. I'm like, nigga, I've been blocked on social media. That bitch had me blocked from calling them, from social media, from all that. Y'all, you just this year send me friend requests and shit and tell us y'all. Ain't going on with the games, man. She don't say shit after I say that. So shit, alright. Let me just text you. You know what I'm saying?
School shootings? No fire.
Shit like that, ain't nothing you can do with shit like that.
Cause I don't know if I'm talking to the daughter or the mom.
And that's bad right there. Probably talking to the daughter. But her mama just didn't, you know what I'm saying, get in their head so much to where she sounds just like her. You know what I'm saying? Yup. The mama done been in their head so much that she sounds just like her.
This can't be LaVonna responding to me on my post. I hardly post shit. I'm like, I already called and text you, I'm done. Yeah, it's me, and you have my number. I don't like to see stuff like that. This can't be my motherfucker. Bitch, I'll slap teeth out your motherfucking mind, bitch. Come on, dude, this can't be. So when I call, they don't answer. You know what I'm saying? I told my mommy, she said, pay you no mind. You going through child support withdrawals, whatever that means. Man, ain't my daughter talking to me like that, cuz. Look, she gonna text me, mommy, Ray, me. What I need your mama number for? This gotta be a mama, cuz. I say, how about you and Ray spend the weekend next week? Any excuses?
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. That was the end of that. Them girls been over here one time with my dad living here.
They been here
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been here one time.
Yeah.
Just to see what we got going on, whatever. She went back and told her she ain't let her come back again.
And she ain't never come back. Hey, boy, that shit does, see, boy. And me, that's why I would never, right now, you talking about having another kid? Never. Never.
That one of them young tenants put that whipping wheel on.
Never.
Whop on your ass.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Because I already know how it's going to end. It ain't happening.
Why your young man don't put that thing on your ass?
It ain't happening. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, but I ain't giving you nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
That baby gonna be enough.
Yeah, no.
You know, 18 years, cuz.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Real daddy bill. So 18 years, cuz. How old you is? You wanna go another 18?
I'm be 50. Hey, I ain't gonna be 50. Hell nah. No, sir. It ain't happening.
And the remains of the deal departed Norman Earl Holloway. CIA, December 7th, 1971. We had a right home, a fallen brother. A brother! June is sacred not to be looted by rogues, the vandals, the gold in them hills. Gold, goddammit, gold!
What's it gold, goddammit, gold?
Man, I missed this whole movie. My partner just texted me and said there's new power on.
There's new power.
It was on at 12. It was on. Man, I still got 2 quarters to finish whooping your ass. 16-0.
Man, 16-0. Damn, that was right.
What you want to do?
Got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
To kick off for New Orleans.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield. the 48-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A 10th carry for Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
The tackle made.
Damian Wilson in on the stop.
4 yards on
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. Now a play fake. Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Breeland.
Breeze pass. Intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Well, front right side taken in here to start this drive. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. His throw about the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time.
1st and goal at the 2.
And the former first pick of the second round of the 2001 draft doing his thing.
And the beauty of watching him play is progressions. Yeah, he can throw it deep, but how about his ability to hit secondary targets, underneath targets, and hit them with accuracy?
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
So stuck from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The kickoff for New Orleans.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.